It's parents' night in. It's parents' night in. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Parents' Night In here at Enough.com. Today, we are watching a new movie from just a few years ago.
It's not a new movie.
Tonight, we are watching one of our favorite MCU films, that is Marvel Cinematic Universe films, Guardians of the Galaxy.
And right out of the gate, it's already killing it with the music. 10cc.
Is that the name,
10cc, yes. God, I hope I'm right.
I know that. I hope you're not.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 10cc.
So,
The scene kills me. I can't even deal.
Okay, so the beginning of this movie...
I'll let you talk, because I'm going to be verklempt.
We see our hero, Peter Quill, as a boy in 1998. He's in the hospital because his mom has the big C.
Cooties?
Yep, she has cooties. She's dying of cooties. He's basically saying goodbye to his mom.
He's not having a very good time saying goodbye to his mom.
No one ever does, do they?
Nope. He looks like young Justin to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that, particularly in this scene.
Yeah, that shot. I could see that. So, just after this happens, he's about to be taken on a space adventure.
Odyssey? A space Odyssey?
Oh my God, I couldn't even think of it.
Oh, Jesus, Justin.
Jesus, Justin. So, Guardians of the Galaxy is quite noteworthy because, for me at least, when I saw the trailers for it in 2014, I was like, this movie looks fucking stupid. And I'm a comic book dork, and I was totally all in on the whole Marvel Universe thing, but I saw this trailer, and it was silly and slapsticky, and I was like, this looks dumb. I'll probably skip this. And then the reviews came out, and they were like, this movie's awesome. I was like, well, I guess I should give it a shot then, huh? And then it turned out to be great.
Yes. I really can't deal with the scene because she's dying, and she's asking him to hold her hand. And he's 8 or 10 years old.
And he won't do it.
He can't do it. And totally understandable. That's a scary-ass thing to ask of a child. And then she dies, and the mom and me would be heartbroken if my child didn't hold my hand while I was dying. And the child in me understands the regret that the kid is going through, and yet understands the fear of holding a dying person's hand.
Yeah, it's
and it's just so well played.
It's a heavy thing to ask of a child that age, I guess.
You know what else is a heavy thing to ask of a child that age? To watch this in a movie.
To go on a space odyssey?
Well, that too. But you walk into a movie theater and you're like, hey, this is going to be some great stuff. And then, Nemo's mom dies or something. This is like that. Hey, look, there's this really funny film about a little orange fish whose mother dies in the first 30 seconds of the film.
Well, you get that out of the way, and then the rest of it is fun. Fun.
Oh, Jesus.
And now he's getting beamed up into his new home, a spaceship.
And, later
in the Marvel logo.
In the second movie, we find out a little bit more about this whole thing.
Yes.
And I will not ruin it.
No, I will say, I'm not sure what the consensus is on the two Guardians movies, but I personally like the second one better.
Yeah, I think I do too.
I think they're both really good, but I like the second one a little better because it fleshes out what you're introduced to in the first one, and the main plot of the second one has to do with that, with exploring the characters further.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Instead of just...
It was a weird way that you put the sentence together, but I know what you mean.
Well, instead of just they need something to do.
Right. Now you know these characters, let's give them things.
So, of the 19 Marvel movies so far...
Which is incredible when you say it out loud.
It's astounding. The two Guardians ones are two of my favorites.
Yeah, they're
really
up there.
Unexpectedly. They're just handled so well, and the comedy is great. The chemistry is amazing between all the characters.
And each character is just so complex and well-rounded.
Yes.
Even Groot.
Even Groot. I was just thinking that. Even Groot has some depth to him because of the way it's executed.
Right.
Plus, Chris Pratt is so lovable. You can't not love Chris Pratt.
Yeah. This was straight off the heels of the Lego movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 6 months after.
So, you get the Lego movie, and it's oh, wow, he was kind of cool in that movie. And, I only knew him from Parks and Rec, and just barely. Because I had only just started watching it. We were late in Parks and Rec.
We were very late. I don't know that I even really had started watching it yet by this point, had I?
Yeah, I don't know. So that was pretty cool. And then to see him in this, and, he's, all buff and stuff. He does not look like Andy Dwyer of Parks and Rec.
No, he does not. But he's still a goofball, just like Andy Dwyer.
Right. I found myself having weird feelings about all this because, like, he's sort of an amalgam of, like, some of my friends and my brother. and then I'm like, oh, but wait, now he's kind of a little hot. Like, oh, no, that's weird. I can't know. So Chris Pratt's always going to kind of be, like, a little bit untouchable. Of the Chris's, he is one that I am
the
not.
three Marvel Chris's.
Yeah, I'm not interested in pursuing any kind of relationship with Mr. Pratt.
Like it's on offer.
Yeah, like it's on the table. I've been presented with all three Chris's, and apparently the first one that I'm going to reject from the table.
I'm sorry, Marvel. I'm rejecting your first offer of Chris Pratt. What is your second offer? Will it be Hemsworth or Evans?
I've been given 2 roses, and Chris Pratt is not getting a rose. Let's be honest, Chris Hemsworth isn't getting a rose either. Woo! He's getting something else.
He's getting a different kind of plant.
What? Oh, no.
Took you a minute.
I was going to give him a hug. That's
not what you were going to give him.
Full body hug.
You were going to hug part of his body.
Oh, my God. This is fun because every song in this movie is
and the second
just so, yes. So I think I like the second movie soundtrack even better. Like, they come out of the gate with all this fantastic music. They tie it into the movie in a great way because it's his mixtapes with the Walkman.
And I think initially that was, when I saw the trailer, that was the thing that, like, turned me, I was like, this is stupid. Why are they playing a bunch of 70s and 80s music? But
but the music's so good.
Out of context, it doesn't make sense. But in context, it's like that Walkman was the last thing his mother gave him. So it's...
Yep.
It's his whole life.
And it's his mom's music. Like, she picked all the music for him, too.
Right. Another thing to note, and I hate to use this phrase because it's a stupid corporate phrase, it speaks to how sure-footed the Marvel team is, the Marvel creative team, that they took these super obscure comic book characters. Not one fucking person outside of, like, diehard Marvel fans knew who the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy were.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a comic book reader, and I had never heard of them. And they're now household names. Every kid now has a fucking Guardians of the Galaxy something or other.
Yeah. He just introduced himself as Star-Lord to the bad guy.
And Becca's like, what?
Yeah. It's even better because he's like, I'm this awesome badass. And then he calls himself Star-Lord and the guy's like, yeah, okay. But he does have these cool little gadgets. He has like jetpacks on his feet and he's got this mask and stuff. One thing that's really cool about this is that when Chris Pratt was filming this movie and the filming ended, he kept the Star-Lord jacket because he had a feeling that the movie was going to be really big and he wanted to be able to go visit kids in the hospital and stuff in costume. Oh. So he kept the jacket.
That's pretty awesome.
He was like doing hospital visits very shortly after the movie came out.
Because everyone was like, oh my God, Star-Lord's awesome.
Yeah. It's like he's hilarious and funny and down to earth. But I appreciate...
a swashbuckler.
Yeah. I appreciate that about Chris Pratt, that he's, he seems like still a pretty humble guy.
Yes.
He and Chris Evans often do, because he's from Seattle.
Yeah, they did a Super Bowl bet.
Yeah, but also the Seattle-Boston thing, they do the East Coast-West Coast thing a lot, but they did a big bet in the Super Bowl bet. I think the stakes were that whoever lost had to go to the other coast's children's hospital dressed as their character.
That's cool.
So, like, Evans went to Seattle and Pratt was to come here.
Chris's, I love you guys. You're both such good guys. These two movies remind me a lot. I mean, they're like comic booky, but they also remind me of Star Wars in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they're kind of like a nice mix of the two.
It's like sci-fi fantasy.
You get all the different
really
planets
over the top.
Yeah. Everyone looks different, and they're different colors and sizes and shapes,
and yeah, like the prosthetic makeup is awesome.
Yeah,
like in
the diversity of the characters is great.
Yes, and he's almost like
the galaxies are very rich and well thought out.
Yep, he's almost like Luke and Han rolled into one character in a lot of ways. He's Luke in that he comes from humble beginnings, and it's his destiny to be more than that. And he's like Han in that he's a scoundrel and a smart ass. And here's Yondu, his adoptive father, basically, who is...
It's not clear at this point that that's who he is, though.
No, but...
It just seems like sort of a gang boss.
Yeah, but it's, we later find out that Yondu is the one that took him when he was a child. Yondu, played by Michael Rooker, an excellent character actor, who is in JFK.
He spends a lot of time in every movie. He reminds him multiple times that I stopped all my guys from eating you.
Yeah. That's like, I stopped my asshole friends from killing you after I picked you up against your will.
Right.
This is the bad guy, Ronan. Ronan is working, as we will find out, with Thanos. Thanos, who scares the crap out of my wife.
I don't want to talk about it right now.
Two of the people who are working for Ronan right now are Gamora and Nebula, who are half-sisters, adoptive sisters. They're both the daughters of Thanos, in the adoptive sense, I guess. Gamora was definitely an adopted daughter. Nebula is kind of a robot, so did Thanos make her?
She is made up of multiple parts.
Is part of her, like, his actual daughter, though, like, by birth?
No, I think his daughters are people he picks up on other planets or whatever. In this movie, I believe that we find out that Gamora and her sister spent their childhood fighting.
Yes.
And anytime they lost, he would remove a part of her body and replace it with a machine.
Oh, so that, right,
and because Nebula kept losing, she's mostly machine at this point.
And that's why she hates Gamora so much.
Yes.
Right. And that's like, Gamora and Nebula's relationship is like...
Every sister ever?
No, but it's like this really cool, complex relationship that didn't have to be in this movie, but it is, and that's part of what makes the movie so good, is like they take characters that could just be minor throwaway characters and actually give them a reason to be there.
Right.
And it's...
and it's a compelling reason to be there.
It's a compelling reason to be
there.
there.
It's not a reason for because, oh shit, we need a reason.
Right.
They're cousins.
Yeah, it's a compelling reason, and they explore it further in the second one, which...
Well, it becomes
again,
it becomes a central plot in some of these sections of the movies.
Yeah.
That's a driving force in a lot of the second movie.
And it's such a rare thing for a sequel to do that kind of thing. Like, they could have just repeated the same shit and, oh, we'll just send them on a different mission and whatever. But they actually took the characters and said, okay, what can we do to sort of deepen these relationships and these characters?
So Star-Lord's trying to turn in this orb thing that he stole, and the buyer is freaking out because he used the name Ronan. The buyer kicks him out, and now here he is, and there's a green lady being all sexy, staring at him.
What is this, Star Trek? So Gamora clearly knows what he's got, and she just stole it from him. Because it's very, very valuable.
Yeah, so he just threw like a
we'll find out
laser
later
lasso
why.
at her. Knocked her over, and now they're having an epic battle in the middle of this metropolitan alien planet.
This is, of course, Zoe Saldana as Gamora, who was also in Star Trek.
Yes.
Also, Groot and Rocket want the orb.
Yeah.
Everyone is after the orb.
I couldn't reconcile Rocket's voice with Bradley Cooper this whole movie. Like, I kind of
Really?
knew, and I remember by the end of the movie,
entire movie, I think.
I was like, I have no friggin' idea. And then it said Bradley Cooper, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
And even still, when I watch it, don't hear Bradley Cooper.
No, I hear Bradley Cooper now that I know, but I think
Nope.
I did not recognize him throughout the movie. But he's awesome.
Yeah,
And
it's hilarious.
Rocket Raccoon is like one of my two favorite characters in these movies.
Yeah, he's great.
He's so funny and very sad at the same time because he's an asshole and he knows he's an asshole.
Right. He's an asshole. He knows he's an asshole. And yet, beneath all of that hard exterior, he actually does have a heart.
He does. But, like, he's ashamed of it, and at the same time, he's also ashamed that he's an asshole.
Mm-hmm. They've all sort of been arrested.
They're all scoundrels.
They're all
They're all rogues.
Yeah, they're all like
They're all-
arrested by beams of light right now.
They're all ne'er-do-wells.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah. And now they're at Nova headquarters.
With Glenn Close.
Being interrogated. Glenn Close is the head of the whatever.
Nova Corps.
The Nova Corps, that's right.
Dude, seriously, why am I telling you things about these movies?
Because you love them. Kelly today sent me the nerdiest email of all time after pondering on Avengers Infinity War. I won't go into specifics.
For about
a
week,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Alert.
I'm so upset, and I'm very upset with what's going on, and I can't even function. I don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my God.
I don't think I actually went that far, sir.
But you were like, Thanos is terrifying. He's a terrifying character. It's not like the Joker, where the Joker's just a crazy guy, but he's a human, so he's vulnerable. But Thanos isn't a human. He's got no weaknesses. I don't know what to do.
You can't back this up. First of all, I didn't say I don't know what to do.
I can back it up.
No, you can't.
I have it in my email.
I'm going to light your laptop on fire.
My laptop, my work laptop.
Uh-huh. They're all being escorted into this prison. They all still basically hate each other because they all wanted the same thing, and then they all got arrested for it.
Yep.
So they're all sort of trading insults, and
They're all very annoyed with each other.
Yeah, here's where you think, these guys are never going to be friends. They're going to fight each other the whole movie. Well, let's just see. Let's just see what happens.
Let's just see if they can band together as one and stop an evil bastard from destroying the galaxy.
I bet you they can't even.
I bet you they can't either. Star-Lord is having his beloved Walkman taken away.
That's sad.
Because that's what happens when you go to prison. They take away all your shit, and then they push in your shit.
They're talking about Groot's limited language skills.
Yes, all Groot says throughout the movie is, I am Groot, but it means something different every time. It's all about tone, you see.
See. So now Star-Lord's getting himself basically space tased because he's trying to get his Walkman back.
I'm going to start just saying the same thing over and over in a different tone and see if you can figure out what I mean.
Probably could. We've been married a long time.
Fuck.
Fuck. That's going to be your word?
Fuck?
We have a kid.
Fuck.
Wow.
Fuck.
Okay.
Can mean many different things, Kelly.
I wonder why they wash them with red stuff.
Because it shows off Chris Pratt's new muscles.
Hello, muscles.
Jesus, he's ripped.
Yeah.
This scene is where we meet Drax the Destroyer, who is my other favorite character in these movies.
Oh my god, he's amazing.
He's so goddamn fucking funny.
You're ruining it!
I'm sorry. Well, I'm not ruining it. Everyone knows this. But genius portrayal by Dave Bautista, the former WWE champion.
I think it was like
Dave Bautista.
His third line, we were like cry laughing in the movie theater.
Dying because his delivery is so dry and perfect.
Yeah.
And it was...
And it's great because he just looks so big and dumb.
Yeah.
And he just says things that are so big and dumb. This prison is horrifying.
And you know, when I heard he had been cast, I was like, okay, I mean, that's kind of fun. He'll be like the big sort of muscle guy. But like, I had no idea how great his comedic timing would be.
It's fantastic.
Fucking flawless.
Our 6-year-old loves it too.
Yes.
He loves Drax.
Zoe Saldana is excellent in these movies as well.
Yep. So she's like sitting in her cell by herself, and she looks brave and badass.
There's Drax.
But she's clearly trembling on the inside.
Drax hates Gamora because she is Thanos' daughter.
So yeah, they all know exactly who she is, so she's an easy target.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking Jack's Abbey House Lager, one of my faves, but I'm drinking it out of a Stella glass, so Jack and Stella are getting it on.
Jack is in Stella.
Oh my.
You might say.
Okay.
So they're about to kill Gamora, and Drax is like, no, 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 no. I get to kill Gamora, you fucks. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold sets... Oh, wait.
That's not Stone Cold.
That's somebody else. Sorry. Drax's wife and daughter were murdered by Ronan, who works for Thanos. So therefore, she is guilty by association.
Right, and he thinks if he can off Thanos' daughter, he'll get his revenge.
Yes. So Drax doesn't realize that she hates Thanos. Hates him! I am drinking Sam 76.
I didn't ask.
Samuel Adams released 6 months ago. A cross between an ale and a lager. It's got the full-bodied flavor of an ale, but the crisp finish of a lager. And it's called Sam 76, and it's fucking delicious.
What are you, a commercial?
And refreshing. This episode of Parents Night is brought to you by Samuel Adams. Sam 76. Refreshing and crisp. Try it. Is that not a good slogan?
You know what mine is? Jack's Abbey! Yeah!
Sam 76. It's like an orgy in your mouth.
What?
No? Sam 76. It's a cross between an ale and a lager. It's a glogger.
Glogger?
What? That doesn't work?
Where'd the G come from?
What?
It's not Gale and lager.
What if Gail really likes it?
Well, then Gale can drink it.
Wait. Sam 76. Gail says it's a cross between an ale and a lager. A glogger.
I don't know
Who the fuck is Gail?
I don't know what is going on right now.
Wait, the G is for Gamora. Does that work? Sam 76. Gamora loves it. She says it's a gamogger. So Rocket had a very carefully laid out plan, and Groot just fucked it up by jumping the gun. He really Grooted it. You know, when you screw something up irreparably. Wait, is that shrewded or Grooted?
I think it's shrewded, but it works. It totally works here.
I'm sorry.
Totally works here.
And that's Vin Diesel as Groot's voice, which is crazy.
It works nicely because all he has to say is, I am Groot.
And it's his best performance. All he says is 3 words throughout the entire movie.
Rocket's like a gadget file. So he has like all kinds of cool gadgets and stuff, but he doesn't have them with him. So he's yelling at Groot like, dude, I'm not ready for this.
Oh no, I'm not ready for that.
Oh no, they were ready for that. So here they are.
Now they're taking over the control room.
They're all in their yellow prisoner outfits looking like a badass cool team. Now that we've seen them in multiple movies, you can see some of the character development that's happened because Gamora holds herself completely differently now than she did at the start of this movie.
Yeah.
Like, she kind of grew into it really well.
Yes.
And some of that is she doesn't know these people and she's putting on a front. So
Right.
that's some of it too.
Yeah, she lets her guard down.
But she's very sort of like stiff and stoic. And like she kind of basically walks around like a supermodel. Like her cheeks are sucked in and she sort of looks sexy and scary. And that's really not how she holds herself in the later movies.
That was the first line that really cracked me up. Rocket goes, he doesn't understand sarcasm. He's completely literal. Everything you're saying is going right over his head. And Drax goes, nothing goes over my head. My reflexes do fast, and I would catch it.
The delivery is just so perfect. So
Oh,
Rocket
they
plugs
shut off
in.
the gravity.
Yeah, Rocket plugs in this thing and the gravity turns off and they all start floating and their guns start floating.
He's looking for his own spaceship. The Mint Milano?
Ooh.
I love Mint Milanos. I would say, you know what? I had Milanos when I came in here, a whole bag of them, and they took them away. Pepperidge Farm Milanos. I want them back.
So now they're all going to the ship and Quill is like freaking out because he can't find his Walkman. And Gamora thinks he's absolutely nutbar. Like, really, dude? Like, you're going to go back after all these badass guys and you're going to call more attention to us and you're going to open the gates and like...
She doesn't understand that his mom, who died of cooties, gave him that Walkman.
Cooties. Jeez, she really should have gotten that XX ... now you have the cootie shot. No, is it circle, circle, dot, dot?
Circle, circle, dot,
Circle,
dot.
circle, dot, dot. Now you have the cootie shot.
What are we drinking now, Kelly? Give up?
I haven't said anything. I was still thinking about it. It's familiar to me.
It should be.
Oh, it's Newburyport Plum Island.
Newburyport Plum Island Belgian White.
Oh, I knew it was some kind of yummy white.
Hey, Newburyport Plum Island, Hey, Newburyport Brewing. Let me take that again. Hey, Newburyport Plum Island White Beer with the cloves.
With the taste of coriander and orange. Oh, geez.
Hey, New York Port Beer Porter beers. We love your beers, porters.
What are you talking about now?
It's not even a porter.
It's not. Why are you even talking?
Hey, Newburyport Brewing, we love your beer.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to say.
NBPT yum.
That's all I was going for.
You know, you could have gotten that done a lot easier by saying, this beer is good.
Oh, God, this beer's so good.
So the Kree showed up, and they're looking for the orb and Gamora, and they've already left, and now Ronan is pissed, and Nebula's pissed.
And now Yondu is at Xandar, and he's going to interrogate the guy that was working with Quill. He's like, you know something, and I'm going to find out what it is, motherfucker.
Your language is deplorable tonight.
Your language is deplorable.
Don't do it. I don't like that voice. I don't need to hear it on my vacation.
I don't appreciate it. Michael Rooker's a fine actor. Oh.
He is. Michael Rooker is great, and...
Oh, the arrow, the magic arrow that he can control with his whistles. The arrow that'll go through your fucking face if you don't answer Yondu's questions. And somehow Yondu's mohawk has something to do with it.
Well, yeah, I think it's like
a remote control unit.
Yeah.
It's paired with the arrow, you see. It's like Bluetooth.
This pink girl looks like Cecily Strong.
Not really.
I think so.
Not really. Cecily Strong, I'm sorry, this pink girl doesn't look like you. My fly is down.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
Not that much. What?
How much have you had to drink, sir?
This Velcro stuck to my foot. Get off me. They're listening to some David Bowie. Great song. Electric Eye. Off the classic album Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
You can't see us right now, but we're both headbanging.
We're both fucking rocking out to David
Bowie.
To
the Bowie.
Oh, yeah. David Bowie has one of the greatest vibratos in rock history.
Better than the guy from that other band?
That other band?
Was it Iron Maiden?
Oh, Iron Maiden?
Yeah.
Well,
His is pretty good.
his is great too.
As is the Halloween guy.
The Halloween guy's fantastic as well.
Together we'll fly
Someday!
His vibrato is over the moon.
If you have not heard Halloween, you must listen to Halloween.
So now they're gambling.
Drax is gambling on lizard races. And Groot is horrified.
Yeah.
And very soon Drax is going to get very drunk. Much like I am doing right now. Ah. Oh, he's shit-faced already.
So now they're kind of like
They're
drinking and
bonding.
making friends, yeah.
The three of them are bonding, and now Peter Quill is going to try to bond with Gamora's dirty parts.
Oh my god.
Her dirty green parts.
Come on.
What? This is where Gamora explains why she hates Thanos so much.
I've been, reading little articles and stuff that come up on the Facebook. And one was complaining about how her backstory changed a little bit between this movie and the next one. I think that article
Did
was
it?
stretching it a little bit.
What
Well,
did they say
said
changed?
she just said he killed me in front of my parents.
Yeah. No, he killed my parents in front of me.
Sorry. He killed my parents in front of me. The person was upset because they were saying that in this movie she said he killed everyone on her planet. Mm-hmm. And then in Infinity War, it turns out he only killed half of the people. But I don't know if she actually just said all of the people. I think she just said he
No.
killed me in front of my parents.
Killed my parents in front of me.
I did it again.
Jesus. No, she said he killed my parents in front of me and then tortured me.
Right.
I don't think she said anything about him killing everybody.
No, she did just say he tortured me.
Yeah.
And in Infinity War, he didn't.
Well, we didn't see him do it. He just picked her up. But it's
Like he
established.
gave her a gift and picked her up and
Yeah, I know, but it's established that he made her fight
True.
Nebula
That's true.
over and
That's
over,
true.
and that was kind of torture.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
sure it was.
Yeah.
So now he's making Gamora listen to music, which she clearly doesn't do very often because she's like completely weirded out. And she's yelling at
They
him.
did the old
because-
gag where
Yeah.
somebody puts on headphones and they talk really loud.
Yep.
And now Groot and Drax are fighting because Drax is shit-faced. Rocket has some serious inferiority issues.
So they're all drunk and they're fighting. Sometimes people get drunk and they're like, "I love you, man." This is not one of those
Rocket
times.
is a violent drunk.
Yeah, this is not one of those
He's,
times.
he's obviously deeply resentful about
How
how he became what he is.
Yeah.
It's a nice character building moment. He's not just a smartass. He's got a reason for being a hardened jerk.
Mm.
She looks like Cecily Strong. Not.
Thank you, Garth. So now here's the buyer,
Benicio del Toro,
Benicio del Toro,
who's also in The Last Jedi. Is it
looking kind of similar.
similar in that both characters look like Benicio del Toro.
If by similar you mean because it's the same guy, then yes.
Gamora has frosted ends.
Huh?
What do you call that when it's like the ends of your hair are one color?
Balayage.
Balayage?
That's the name for it now, yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
That's pretentious as fuck. Fucking hell. Just call it what it is. Colored ends.
Colored ends.
Yeah.
They
So-
can't charge as much money when they don't call it something fancy.
They can't.
No.
So he's taking apart the orb and he's investigating things, and it's showing the history of what's in the middle of the orb, which is an infinity stone,
Which could just completely decimate an entire planet.
which could wipe out all kinds of motherfuckers.
So now, having seen Infinity War, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, they don't realize how big of a deal this
I have
is.
no idea.
And as you're watching their movie for the first time, you really have no idea.
No. The fact that they slowly introduce infinity stones in so many of these movies to lead up to Infinity War, it's just...
It's like you didn't even know they were doing
You
it.
didn't know what they were doing, but they knew they were doing it.
I know. It wasn't until this movie that I realized that multiple movies had stones.
Very disciplined, meticulous planning on their part.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. They knew exactly what they were doing.
So she runs out, Gamora runs out with the orb, and Rocket is incredulous. Like, why are you taking this Death Stone? But she doesn't want to leave it with that questionable character.
No, because he's just going to give it to Thanos, probably.
She's so afraid that he's going to give it to Thanos, and she knows today that Thanos should not have anything that gives him enough power to do anything bad.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Drax summoned Thanos, or Ronan, I think, because he wanted to kill him.
Yeah, so here they are. They're like maybe going to get away with the orb, and now Ronan shows up with all his guys. And then also Yondu shows up. Mm-hmm. So now there's like a triple fight going on.
Drax
it's a triple threat match.
Fucked everything up. Problem is, Ronan is quite the warrior, and even Drax, as powerful as he is not enough.
Drax is larger
Drax
than...
is getting his ass handed to him.
Karen Gillan is such a great...
Karen Gillan has no trace of an Irish accent as this character either.
Nope, and she's so great as a, like, stoic, stone-cold, evil bitch.
Yeah.
She's pretty consistent from start to finish.
Very consistent.
Which works because she plays sort of this robotic person. I mean, she's a person, but she's basically mostly robot at this point in her life.
She's more machine now than man, twisted and evil. Return of the Jedi, Kelly.
Uh-huh.
Also in real life, Karen Gillan is way hot. Way.
Star-Lord and Rocket sort of develop this camaraderie / rivalry when it comes to the piloting thing, because they've both sort of been piloting their own crafts for so many years. So when they're together,
they're the tits.
Yeah, they both think they're the tits. And so when they're together, this sort of competition sometimes helps and sometimes gets in the way.
When it comes to piloting a spacecraft, I'm the tits. No, Star-Lord, I'm the tits.
This movie's the tits.
No, Rocket, I'm the tits. No, Star-Lord, if tits were things, I'd be them.
All right. We know where you're going.
No, Rocket, if tits were milk, I'd have a gallon jug full of tits.
I don't understand what you just did or said or meant. Why you are the way you are. So Star-Lord just witnessed the explosion of Gamora's ship at the hands of Nebula.
Oh my God, she's out in space.
And she's out there.
Oh dear.
And the orb's out there.
The orb is out there and it's being taken away. Get it. Get it. Oh my God, you just let it go. You let Nebula take it. Drax just got thrown into a pool full of piss.
Justin, it's goo.
It is?
It's not pee.
Looks like pee.
They don't have urine tubs hanging around on the random streets of
nowhere. How do you know, Kelly? How do you know?
I've been to nowhere.
Have you?
No.
You should have said, yes, it's this marriage.
So Rocket's sort of cutting his losses and saying, you can't go save her.
That's what Rocket does.
Like, we can't even be here. Like, their pods that they're in are not going to make it. So Rocket turns back. So now, Quill's calling Yondu to come get him because he knows Yondu's looking for him. He puts on his little space helmet and goes out to get Gamora, knowing that, you know, when Yondu arrives, it's basically going to save him. So Quill takes off his mask, gives it to Gamora, and by the time that all happens, Yondu is shortly coming behind.
He's frozen. I think in real life he'd probably explode first, but out in space, lack of air pressure.
Like a piece of popcorn?
Yep. This scene got a lot of criticism when it came out, as I recall.
Because of the...
He wouldn't last that long.
Yeah, let's talk about reality for a second, boys. No, he wouldn't last that long.
No, he wouldn't.
But Groot wouldn't be a thing. Rocket wouldn't be a thing.
Right.
Drax wouldn't be a thing. Gamora wouldn't be a thing. So if we want to go there...
You got to lighten up a little. How does his space helmet come from a little tiny thing that he sticks on his neck?
Right.
I don't know what came over me, but I want to be in your green stuff.
Oh my God.
He does, Kelly. Are you saying he doesn't?
I didn't say any of that.
Are you?
Yes.
Wow.
Will it make you stop accosting me? So Yondu saved him. Rocket's yelling at Drax because Drax summoned most of that mess. And Drax is getting all reels now.
He's still upset about losing the WWE Championship to John Cena. No?
So now Rocket's being classic Rocket and saying really awful things to Drax. Like, oh, boo-hoo, my wife is dead. He said, yeah, your wife and kid are dead, but it's not a reason to make us all that much more dead along the way. Like, you know, you're going to kill us all in the process. So now this is Groot and Rocket are having a conversation in which Groot just multiple times says, I am Groot.
With it meant something different every time.
Yeah. Groot was saying, we have to go save Quill. And Rocket's like, save him? Yeah, I know they're the only friends we've ever had, but how are we supposed to save them?
Yondu's a fucking asshole in this movie.
I hate Yondu in this movie. I hated him.
But in the second one,
Don't want to talk about it.
totally redeems himself.
Yeah. But,
It's a great arc.
You go into it with Yondu and you're like, oh, here he is again. He sucks. And then you learn, again, like you said before about the character arcs, like their relationship, Yondu and Quill's relationship, deepens in a way that you do not expect.
Right. Much like Rocket Raccoon and Gamora, Yondu puts on this exterior that it is not really who he is.
Right.
He's got a soft spot.
So now they're back together, the Guardians, and they're all yelling at each other because that's what they do best.
They're the classic odd couple of
Yes.
5.
So now Star-Lord is giving his speech, not unlike Emmett's Master Builder speech in the Lego movie.
Kind of.
He's surrounded by naysayers and doubters.
Yeah, Nick Offerman should have been here to be like, I am getting off the sinking ship. What does he say?
Too bad Nick Offerman's not around to say that thing
Nick
he
Offerman,
says.
what did you say in the Lego movie?
That thing he says that I don't remember. It's too bad he's not here to say it. Then I'd remember it.
I am not friends with anyone. I need no personal connection whatsoever. That said, if you don't come with me, I will kill myself. Is that a good Nick Offerman impression? Was
It's
that any good?
decent.
Okay. So they're going over their plan, which is actually also similar to the Lego movie.
Yes.
They're like talking about it and going through it at the same time. I have switched. I am now drinking just basic old Sam Adams Boston Lager. Can you guess what that is?
I haven't sipped it yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Based on the smell, I think it's beer.
I pooed in there.
Oh, it's poo beer?
I peed in there. It's peer.
You didn't deserve a laugh.
Nope. This is the Star Wars-y part of the movie. The really Star Wars-y part.
Big, air battles and shit.
Big space battle, yeah.
Nova Corps ships are really cool looking. They
They
link
are.
together.
They're cool looking. Oh, they're forming a barrier.
Oh, it's like a net, sort
it's
of.
like a net, yeah.
Yeah, it's
A
cool.
net. It's like a net bending.
Uh-huh.
They're trying to make the Kree ship blow out its fuel. They're trying to make the Kree ship blow out its asshole.
Oh my god!
What?
It's like hanging out with a 7th grader who just figured out that there is all kinds of swears he can say when mom and dad aren't around.
Wait, mom and dad aren't around? Fuck, shit, piss, cock.
Oh, here comes the arrow.
Oh,
We actually haven't
shit.
seen it. We haven't seen it act yet, have we? This is the
A
first time
little
in the
bit.
movie it actually
Kills anybody?
yeah. I think the first couple times we've seen it, he threatens it and then he puts it away.
Yeah.
But right now we're seeing this arrow. It's going through
killing
ships.
everybody.
It's going through armor.
It's great.
It basically is like a giant sewing needle, and it just
It
slices right through
sews
everybody.
everyone to death.
Yep. And in about 15 seconds, he decimates an entire army, plus airplanes.
Nebula's not
So
having
now
it.
there's a sister fight happening. Gamora and Nebula are going at it.
Going at her.
So Ronan is going to be in the new something movie? Did you tell me Ronan's going to be in something?
Ronan is in the new Captain Marvel movie.
Okay.
Because it takes place in the 90s. I'm not sure what...
And Ronan is fond of the 90s because flannels and grunge?
Yep. Because Ronan's poetry is so dark.
Yep. He's going to listen to Jagged Little Pill, isn't he?
Captain Marvel, she's an Air Force pilot, and somehow her DNA gets merged with that of an alien, and she gets superpowers. And then she gets trapped in a room, I think. I think Ronan keeps her in a room her whole life.
It's not a room, Justin. He keeps her in room.
In room, I'm sorry. Now we have also like a Star Wars movie, like 3 different battles going on at once. Intercutting.
Yes, Gamora and Nebula are going at it.
That's like the lightsaber duel.
Yep. And then Drax and Groot are like kicking butts.
That's like the Endor ground battle.
Yep. And then, I don't know, Rocket and that British guy are doing something else.
Ronan the Accuser is accusing them of something.
He is called Ronan the Accuser.
I mean, it's right there in the name, guys.
like Drax the Destroyer. He's
Jesus
not
Christ.
He's not a puppy cuddler.
No. Did they not anticipate that Rocket would be a raccoon? What?
Jesus. So now the ship is kind of crashing down. Does not look like it's going to end well for the guards.
But now Groot is going to turn himself into a big root shield, a tree shield, a treeld.
Oh my lord.
What?
The ship's going down. They're all sort of sitting there like, I don't know what's going to happen now.
They're all like, oh shit, we're fucked.
And Rocket is in Quill's arm, and they're all just sort of like, this is probably the end. And then Groot encapsulates them in this beautiful root tree ball thing. They actually sell things like these for gardens and stuff. They call them kiss balls.
What?
It's called a kiss ball.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Don't turn it dirty.
No, but like...
That's what it's called.
I didn't even think of that until you said don't turn it dirty.
Oh.
Kiss balls. Yep, that's dirty.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, and he put the pretty lights inside.
I like the pretty lights.
So Rocket is like heartbroken because he realizes that by doing this...
Groot's going to kill himself.
Yeah, Groot's not going to survive because he's the exoskeleton at this point. And
oh my god, they crashed into the entire city.
He says, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And he's got tears in his eyes, and Groot responds with a teary, we are Groot. And then promptly everyone in the theater cried their face off. I did, at least. I don't know about Justin.
What?
The first time you watched this, you
it was
probably
touching.
didn't cry.
It was touching. I won't say it wasn't.
It was beautiful. And it was like, you know, you sort of see it and you're like, they really are all friends. And now Peter's music is playing. And it's playing, ooh, child. Something, something in the city, summer.
What? something, you can see it's in the...
So they, like, crash into this world. They make a giant ass mess.
A giant ass mess? That's disgusting, Kelly.
Yeah. Oh, shit. And here you are. You're like, oh, it's over. And then Ronan just comes strolling out. So, like, Groot had to die to save these guys. And Ronan's like, I'm good. Now, right now, they're all having subliminal conversations, a la the How I Met Your Mother gang. They're looking at each other and...
Hey, Rocket, when I give the cue, pull this guy's pants down.
So Peter Quill breaks the tension by singing. He's singing the Ooh Child song to Ronan, and Ronan's like, what the hell?
Ronan's like, what?
Trying to distract him so that Rocket can build his giant weapon. That's
oh my god, they broke apart the hammer.
It's one of the great things about this movie is that they do a really good job of breaking tension with really good humor, but it doesn't distract you. I don't know how they found that mix.
Yeah, because some
movies are like, oh, you just tried really hard to make us laugh.
Well, or it's like, oh, we'll just completely dissolve all the tension with a laugh, and then there's no tension at all anymore.
Right, they keep the tension.
Yes.
So they explode the hammer, and
Quill grabs
slow-mo,
the stone.
Ronan and Quill are like going for the stone. Quill gets it. He's holding onto the stone, and it does not look comfortable. And from what we've seen earlier in the movie...
one person cannot hold the stone.
Right. Well, what we saw earlier in the movie is this woman, like, disintegrated when she held the stone. He grabs Gamora's hand.
And then Drax grabs his arm, and now all three of them are bearing the burden. And now Rocket is there. The four of them together are strong enough.
But Quill did hold it for a long time before he...
Yes, and we learn in the second movie why he was able to do so.
So then he kind of, like, uses the power that he's got in his hand to zap Ronan.
And now Ronan is fucked.
Ronan looks like he's being hit by a proton pack.
6
as
ways
if the
from
Ghostbusters
Sunday.
are here. He just ghostbusted him.
And Gamora puts the stone back in the orb. And there's Yondu to collect.
So...
he gives it back.
He gives them the orb. And again, he, lets them go with a warning. Do not open that orb. And Yondu's like, yeah, okay.
He gave him the wrong orb. He was like, I gave him the wrong orb. I gave him the Doct orb. If my orb were the Bart Simpson, I gave them the Bort Simpson.
And Rocket's holding a little twig, and he's crying because...
it's all that's left of
because
Groot.
Groot is just basically a pile of sticks, and we lost Groot as a part of this
oh, God.
situation. It's very sad.
Did you just say situation?
I don't think
like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I don't think so.
Sounded like it.
I've never said that in my life.
We lost Groot as part of the situation. He's got an anomaly in his nervous system. Your mother was a Terran. Your father was Kurt Russell. That is nothing to sneeze at, young man.
So they're setting up the second movie, basically, which you don't realize right away.
Right.
But they cut to Rocket, and he's holding a little pot with a stick in it. Trying to nurse his friend back to life.
Trying to regrow Groot. Trying to re-Groot. Now he's going to open his present.
Now Quill's going to open the present that his mom gave him on her deathbed. That wrapping paper looks pretty darn good still.
Yeah, 25 years later. Dear Peter, you're adopted and I don't like you.
No.
What? P.S. Your father's Kurt Russell.
Pretty sure he planted something nasty behind a Dairy Queen. And I don't mean me.
What?
So he reads the letter.
He gave me a dilly pop, all right.
Oh my God. A dilly bar.
Dilly bar, I'm sorry.
So now he's opening his gift. And
yeah,
it's
my
the Awesome Mixtape Volume 2.
2.
Why did we do that?
I don't know.
All of Yondu's guys are like drinking and celebrating and carrying on, and Yondu's looking at the orb and he's like, huh, I don't know about this.
Motherfucker, this is not in here at
So
all.
he opens the orb, and inside the orb
a Pepperidge
is a
Farm
troll
cookie.
doll.
I mean a troll. And Yondu is delighted. The real orb is safe with the Nova Core.
And now we see the pink girl that got saved earlier in the big battle scene, and it's John C. Reilly's kid. Aww.
Oh, yeah. Because he dated a dirty pink.
Why?
Oh.
Hey, Baby Groot's waking up.
Baby Groot is waking up. Oh my God, she called him Star-Lord. That means she wants him. She's got a code too. I am Groot can mean a lot of things, but so can Star-Lord. Star-Lord can mean, oh my God, give it to me.
Now we're listening to the Jackson 5. And the best part about it is that we're going to watch Baby Groot dance while Drax is annoyed. Our child loves this gag, and when he hears fun Motowny music, he dances until I look at him, and then he freezes.
Yep.
Just like Drax and Groot. And every time that Drax looks at Groot, he freezes. So having watched this again, after all we've been through in the last few weeks with the Guardians and the Avengers and things, I definitely like the second one better.
I agree.
This one's good. It's a good origin story.
It's a great introduction to the characters.
Yeah, but the
second one expands the characters much more.
Let's put it on now. No,
now?
No, I have to go to bed.
The second one just explores the relationships more and lends...
It's got good laughs.
It's got great laughs, and it lends more depth to the relationships established in the first one. Plus, it's got Kurt Russell.
Right.
Kurt Russell's awesome.
Are you a big fan of Kurt Russell?
I am a big fan of Kurt Russell.
I did not know this about you.
He hasn't been in that many great movies, but I like him in everything I've seen him in. Like, he adds to whatever movie he's in. The Guardians of the Galaxy are one of the best things about the Marvel universe.
Yeah, they're really great. It's such a great ensemble cast. The characters are great. They fit in well together.
They're hilarious. They make me laugh.
Lee Pace was in The Hobbit.
They make me cry. I haven't seen The Hobbit. You know why? Because it's goddamn 9 hours for a book that's 300 fucking pages.
He was in Lincoln.
Oh.
He was Fernando something. I can't read it.
He was Fernando something.
Well, it says Fernand ...
Fernand Rosanna Dana.
Oh, he was the main character on Pushing Daisies.
I never watched Pushing Daisies.
I know, but he was the main character on Pushing Daisies.
I mean, okay. That means nothing to me. You may as well say who's the main character on Sleeping with Poop. That there is Guardians of the Galaxy. Mm-hmm. We hope you enjoyed.
Now, having watched this, are you still desperately in love with Chris Evans?
He wasn't in this, so yeah.
Justin has a giant man crush on Chris Evans. Has he eclipsed Christian Bale?
No, I don't know that anyone could eclipse Christian Bale, but Chris Evans has popped up on my radar, so to speak.
You made it sound dirty.
Chris Evans has made me pop up my radar. Wait, what? Did that sound filthy-er than what I said before?
Creepier. Definitely creepier. I don't know about filthier, but it's definitely creepy.
If Chris Evans were a pop-up book, my book would be very erect.
You are so bad at this game.
If I were a social studies book, I'd be covering the Boner-Rutionary War. That was terrible. That was fucking terrible.
Revolutionary. It's not even a word.
If I were an Avenger, I'd be the one with a hard dick.
Please cut that. Please
Nope.
cut.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe.
Visit us at enougha.com where you can buy official merch, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+.